that down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, there's a new Peacemaker trailer. Now, it hasn't made its way online yet, except in some, less than honest ways of getting it online.
High seas.
Yeah, the high seas way of getting it online. But it's playing in certain theaters in front of Superman. And as Men's Journal just kind of reported here, this new Secret Peacemaker Season 2 trailer may have just solved a mystery about Peacemaker. Because here's been the big problem, the big question. This is a brand new cinematic universe. The DCU, like the old DCEU, is gone. It's swept away. There's nothing of it left. It's gone. This is a brand new cinematic universe. We got ourselves a new Superman. We're about to have a new Batman. We're going to have new everything. And yet, Peacemaker is in the new DCU. How? Now, I've always contended it's really not that big of a deal, because if you go back and watch season 1 of Peacemaker, which everybody should because it's brilliant, there's literally no connection to the DCEU other than this one little shot near the end. In the final episode, there's this one little shot at the end where Aquaman, what's the line? Fuck you, Barry.
Yeah.
One of the greatest lines in television. It's just the timing of it. Fuck you, Barry. Was great. Other than that one shot, all you got to do is retcon that one shot, and there's literally nothing really that says that this show happened in the DCEU as opposed to the DCU, right? But in this new trailer that I'm sure some of you have seen in little pirated ways online, they kind of introduce an idea that may explain it. Because in Peacemaker Season 2, he's jumping between realities. It's a little bit like a Deadpool and Wolverine situation. Where Peacemaker says at one point, there's another universe, a better universe. And the conversation now happening online is that instead of just retconning that one little shot at the end of Peacemaker Season 1, it may look like the way that Peter Safran and James Gunn are navigating this is that it looks like maybe Chris, Peacemaker, is going to be the lone guy to jump literally from one universe in story to another universe. Now, it may not go that way. Like, for all we know, that little clip we saw of him talking to Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl, maybe that is in his universe and not in the new one. But my suspicion now, Rob, is, and the discussions going around online, is that that's going to be it. That's going to be how Peacemaker is now in the DCU as opposed to the DCEU. And again, I don't know whether that was necessary. I think all you got to do is just ignore that one last little shot in Peacemaker and it's fine. But apparently it kind of looks like they're actually going to do a narrative thing that brings him in. I don't know. Did you even have a chance to see this clip we're talking about?
I haven't seen the clip.
Okay, you haven't seen the clip yet. So where's your theory right now?
Okay, here, I'll tell you, because everything comes back to Star Trek.
Of course it does.
For the 30th anniversary of Star Trek, they did an episode called Trials and Tribulations, where the crew of Deep Space Nine...
They redid the Tribble episode.
Yeah, they went and they used original footage.
That was on Deep Space Nine, right?
Deep Space Nine.
They did that, yeah.
And what was interesting about it was everybody asked, well, how can the Klingons look different from the original series than they were changed in Star Trek The Motion Picture? And Worf had the ridges and everything. So they're sitting in a bar. They're sitting in K7. And you've got Dr. Bashir and you have Odo and Worf are sitting there, and they're talking about the Klingons that are at the other side of the bar that look like the Klingons from the original series.
Right.
And
I remember this was so funny.
The Deep Space Nine crew is like, those are Klingons? And Worf just says...
Well, yeah, he says it to Worf. It's like,
yeah, and he goes...
No, didn't one of them say, like, what happened or something?
Yeah, Worf says, those are Klingons. And it is a long story. And that's it.
Yep.
They just left it there. Of course, then Enterprise had to go on and mess all that up. But all they had to do was just say that, and it was it was done. And of course, fans are like, "What does that mean?" Didn't matter. Worf had the final word, at least for a while, and that's all that you needed. And they could have done something like that. And so, I like that. Maybe all he says It's a new universe. It's a better universe.
It's a
Leave
better
it
universe.
at that, and that's all you need. But does he bring the entire crew with him?
Yeah, I don't know. And like, look, everybody who's commenting on this, including me, we could be all wrong. Like maybe that Guy Gardner, Hot Girl, Maxwell Lord conversation happens in his original universe. Or maybe it happens, maybe he brings his whole crew over and they eliminate their doppelgangers in that one.
Right.
I don't know. It is Peacemaker. They could do anything with this. So it does open up an interesting narrative way for them to explain it. You know, I had somebody earlier ask me, this is long hours before the show started, ask me, hey, do you think this is a way, if this is what they're doing with Peacemaker, do you think this is a way they could tell more DCEU stories? And I'm like, look, I guarantee you, James Gunn is not looking for a way to elongate the
backwards.
DCEU.
Yeah.
Everybody, they want that to be erased from memory as fast as possible, and just move on to hopefully greener pastures. But it would be interesting if this is their approach, and if they can pull it off, excellent. Again, it's primarily a comedy. All they gotta do is make this thing funny, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll have to take a Worf approach at some point and saying, well, wait a minute, if he's here, how was that there? And Peacemaker will just have to look at the camera and go, don't worry about it. And then just move on. I don't know, maybe. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Did you have a chance to catch the little... I'm sure it'll be online soon regardless. If so, what do you think about it? Do you think they are setting it up that this episode is going to explain narratively how Peacemaker jumps universes? Do you think maybe they'll just ignore it? How do you deal with the stuff with, you know, Harley Quinn and whatever in the Suicide Squad movie he was in? Do you have to narratively explain that one here too? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.